Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about a landing zone. And in my previous video, I've described a company that has not created a landing zone and started moving into cloud from on-premise, which has led to issues and to certain losses for the company, and ended up in one another migration project for the company. If in the beginning the company was moving from on-prem to cloud, then it resulted that company had to move from one account to multiple accounts, which is also a migration. And today I would like to describe a situation how it could be if a company would act differently. So we are talking about a company which is a local service provider, mid-sized company which has on-premise environment and is running some 24/7 running platform. And the company decided to explore cloud and to in future migrate into it. So at the start, they've created a team of senior engineers and given them access to one account, and the senior engineers team started to explore. But they did not go further rather than just development and exploration phase in this account. Because at the moment when the decision to move in the cloud was made, and the company decided that all new production services will be deployed in the cloud, and in future all services will be migrated to cloud. At this moment, company decided that they will hire an expert who will help them in setting up a proper landing zone, and they followed the pattern using a control tower to create a landing zone, control tower service in AWS, but it's also possible to do it without control tower if there is a good idea of what needs to be the end result. It's important to understand that having multiple accounts at the beginning can seem redundant, because many of them won't be fully used. But from the other side, for a company, it won't create any costs. However, the company will be well prepared for future and will avoid the mistake that I've described in my previous video. So the accounts that have been created include login account, and in the login account, it's dedicated for storing CloudTrail logs or any other central login information. Also security account, and security account is dedicated for security experts only. So this multi-account strategy, it allows very fine-grained access control. And security account, it allows to create to use the services such as guard duty, and to have a central setup, so to centrally manage this service for all other accounts. So this is a central point of security in the company. Another account was for storing central backups, because the company has DBs running in production, and obviously sooner or later these DBs will be migrated into cloud as well. And the backups of DBs need to be stored somewhere, and it's from compliance reason and from security reason, it's better to store it centrally rather than have it spread across all the accounts, especially the backups of critical data. Additionally, what a landing zone will include is a proper IAM setup, which includes central sign-on for company employees and a setup of permission policies and access controls. And now going more into accounts that have been created for departments. First of all, for each department, organizational unit was established. Organizational unit is a high-level organizational structure which includes accounts that belong to this organizational unit. And it allows to put guardrails or policies on the level of organizational unit, and they will spread to underlying accounts. So one organizational account have been created for technical department, which include developers, engineers, and there under this organizational unit there were several accounts, including account for development. This is a sandbox account where initially the team of seniors were exploring the cloud services. So, but additionally, another two accounts were staging account and production account. And for production accounts, the access was very limited, so only for senior engineers. But in certain cases, it's possible to create a production account without no permanent access of anyone, and to do a system when the access to production account is given only based on tickets on ticketing system and only on temporary basis. Another account that has been created is the account for operations, for DevOps. This account includes pipelines, includes runners, builders, any other things that are required for CI/CD. And then when going back to organizational unit, another organizational unit is created, for example, for data analytics department. And data analytics department, they have own set of permissions, own set of services, and only people who belong to this department can access those accounts under this organizational unit. Finally, the budgeting got improved a lot, because now when having a setup of organizational units and accounts that belong to them, it became easy to understand what workloads belong to what department, and then a budgeting which is now run centrally for all accounts. So the budgeting, it became way more simple. Another thing I would like to mention is networking. And networking is very important here in such organizations, because the organization has on-premise setup, and the access to on-premise setup is obviously required, the network access from cloud to on-prem. But usually there is a need to control those access and to manage it properly. And for this, a central networking account has been created, and only dedicated people have access to this account. Only certain people can manage this account. And in networking account, this acts as a central hub. Only this account has connectivity to on-prem, and other accounts would get access to the network through this networking account by peerings or by transit gateway. So this allows to set up firewalls. This allows to well control which accounts join what networks, and it also allows to avoid any mixes between the accounts. So because accounts by themselves, they are not allowed to get network connectivity to other accounts directly, and are not allowed to get network connectivity to on-premise. So only through the central hub. Okay, so today I have outlined how a landing zone for a company, for a mid-sized company, or even in certain cases for a large company would look like. Thanks for listening, and bye-bye.